Good evening. It is Iwankar. It is my pleasure to be with you in this evening. It was an interesting meditation in that all it did was ask you to think of several key words, the words of things that you probably want in your life. And this is the best way of getting these things in your life, because what you think about, what is always on your mind, is what you attract to yourself. And so, if you fill yourself up or your thoughts with such things as peace and harmony, knowing that you are at peace and in harmony with everything that is around you, you bring that into your manifestation, into your consciousness. And so your life will be peaceful and it will be in harmony with everything that is around you, because peace and harmony are as much an action of the mind, a thought of the mind, as a feeling or anything else that is going on. It's allowing yourself to accept things as they are. For when you desire to have things differently, you cause disquiet in yourself. You interrupt and disturb your peacefulness, and you become unharmonious with that which is around you. And so it is up to you to simply think of peace and harmony and bring your thought process back into alignment with that which is going on around you and know it to be good. And of course, there was joy. And finding joy in your life is looking for the things that make you joyful, things that you like, things that you want in your life. By being alert to their manifestation in your life, you create joy in your life. And there was the word fulfillment. Now, you want to be fulfilled. It is essential to your happiness, whether you know it or not. If you are not fulfilled in life, you will be always constantly looking for something. And so how to be fulfilled frequently depends upon your making the right decisions about what actions you are taking and what you are doing in your life. Are the things that you're doing bringing you satisfaction? If they are, you have a sense of fulfillment. You're accomplishing things. You are happy with what you're doing. And so to find fulfillment in your life is for you to start making the best decisions possible so that you can feel that fulfillment and know that everything is going well in your life. And there was love. And it is essential to give love in order to receive love. Love is an inexhaustible supply within yourself. You can send it forward to as many people as you want and still have plenty of love. Of course, you must love yourself. That is, appreciate the good things that you're doing in life. Wishing yourself well, taking actions that keep you in harmony with things makes it easier for you to love yourself. And so you can think of your good qualities and see that you are worth loving. And so take the actions, make decisions that bring you that sense of fulfillment and love yourself for everything that you are creating in life. Perfect health? Well, that is somewhat dependent upon how well you eat. Do you eat the right foods in the right amounts to ensure your good nutrition, which keeps your body as healthy as possible? Do you spend time walking or exercising every day, or at least trying to do it about 5 times a week? about a half an hour a day, then, if you only do it 5 times a week, but do whatever you can, because exercise and movement helps to restore and keep your body in good health, as well as your muscles and all the various aspects of yourself. Decent, good diet and exercise is enough to help you be healthy as best you can. And then what else did we have in our meditation? Peace and harmony, love, fulfillment, and good health. And I believe that is most of it there. Happiness is the result of doing all these things and creating these things in your life. And so you will find happiness and joy. So that is the message for this evening. And now I will take questions.
Well, I'd like to ask a question, if that's okay.
Yes, please.
This is just my first time, so I hope I go about it the right way. I just want to preface my question by saying that unfortunately this year I'm going through the most difficult time I've ever gone through in my life. And I don't know how specific I need to be, or if I can just ask my question, but I don't know where to go from here.
Well, it sometimes helps me to know exactly where you are at.
Okay.
And that way I can figure out exactly how I can advise you the best.
Okay, I wasn't sure. This year I lost, I might cry, my husband to pancreatic cancer. And then I had 2 dogs, and one died of cancer in May. My husband died in March. The dog died in May, and the second dog I had to have put down this past Saturday. So I am completely alone here. Not, I do have family elsewhere, but in my home, and my life has just been turned upside down. And I do take very good care of my health, by the way. And so that does help me a great deal, because I know it maintains a positive state of mind, but I just don't know. I don't know how to start. It's a whole different life now.
Yes, I understand what you have gone through has brought you into desolation. You feel you have nothing left. And in a sense, you have lost all the things that you loved in the world. Even though you have family, they are at a distance. And of course, communication with that family can help you. And hopefully, your family is aware that it will help you to speak about your losses, even though you may cry, but it is what you need to do for yourself.
Yeah, they've been wonderful.
Yes, well, that is good.
And they have been wonderful, supportive, yes.
And you want to continue to talk to them. And hopefully they will continue to be patient with you, even if you are telling them the same stories you have told them before.
Mm-hmm.
And while you may not feel that it is appropriate for you to gain a new pet so quickly after losing your last one, it will help you immensely to have something to care for that you can love.
I agree.
If you are so willing, you may try a shelter pet, but if not, buy a puppy. But an older dog may be easier for you and will require less funds, actually. And so my suggestion is to get yourself a new pet. One will be sufficient, or you want to get to know him or her as best that you can and begin to transform the love that you have and have a place to put it on this pet. Unfortunately, the sorrows that accompany the transition of a loved one must be endured. And it is good to remind yourself that you have managed to endure many things in the past. I assume you have already lost your parents in that sense of them having transitioned.
I have.
And so you can reflect on that pain and know that it's slowly begins to lessen, and know that will be true for you. If there are projects that you can do in your home, perhaps you would like to repaint a room, rearrange your furniture. It is just in keeping yourself busy and doing things that disrupt the pain for the time being. And so that you can think on something else. Gaining the new pet, making some changes in your life, not necessarily big ones, but little ones. It is not advisable to make big changes at this time. Perhaps you can go visit some family, but do not attempt to sell your home, move to a new place, for then you will lose much of the comfort of of your past life and what it is with you. But having experienced the pain on the death of your parents, knowing that when they say this too shall pass, it is not that you lose the pain or the unhappiness or missing your husband. You may even also miss your pets, but if you get a new one, it will be a good distraction. And if necessary, take a second one after you have had time to grow to love the first and have it trained the way you want it. And you can take another one into your life and you will be busy and you will be happy in a while. The happiness you may not feel for a while because the sadness is too great. I do not have a happy pill that I can give you or a happy pill I can prescribe for you. It is the pill of time. Time is what will allow you to put your life back together in a way that you can have happiness once again. And I hope that has been helpful.
It
I
has.
think you know most of these things.
I do, actually. Thank you. I was looking to adopt. I was online looking to adopt a dog today.
Well, that is excellent.
Yeah, so I can't have a house without a pet. I can't. They add so much, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
At this time in your life, having something to love is essential.
It is.
And so the pet will help you immensely But the honest truth is that you still will be in pain
I
for
know.
quite a while longer. But I know that you will, at some point in the future, be able to function normally, naturally, without the pain. And it will disappear from you.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. It is my pleasure to try to help. And I send you all my blessings. You
Thank
have
you.
Juana brought you a healer to be with you for the evening, and they will give you the courage, the knowledge, the solace that you need to persevere through this period for yourself.
Thank you.
You are most welcome. Are there other questions?
Yes, Ronka, I have a question.
Yes.
When you look, you can see into the future, I know. And I
To
have my
some
two,
extent.
to some extent. Can you see far enough to see my children become less liberal in their life?
You have heard the quote, I am sure, that if you are not liberal when you are young, you have no heart. And so it takes time to understand that that impulse that comes to creating and following the politics that seems to help people actually prolongs their misery, and they will learn that eventually. Do not try to transform them immediately. You can simply point out when they have made decisions that were liberal in nature, that they will surely make that will hurt themselves. That, well, that comes from thinking in such a way that you want to help others, and that things and some solutions from other people are only band-aids which do not help the healing. And so people need to work and heal themselves. So when it comes to being liberal, it will take some time for your children, but they have you as a mother, and they have Michael as a father. And so your example is likely to steer them in the right direction. And you just must have patience and do not expect them to change. Continue to love them. And the important understanding about love is that love is found in accepting a person just the way they are. And you
Yeah.
love them. When you criticize, when you want them to be different, you are not being loving. And so be patient, love them as they are. Don't talk politics. That will help you.
Okay, thank you.
That way you do not have to know what they are thinking. If they bring it up, say, please, I do not want to talk politics.
That's going to be difficult, but I will try.
Yes, I know that you always like to talk politics. But it is important not to talk politics with your children. They have
Okay.
heard you and heard you and heard you. And now it is up to them to observe and to learn. And as with any study, it takes time. Think of yourself before you came to your current understandings. Do you understand?
Yes.
And so they will have to find their own way, and they will. But as with all things, I cannot give you a date.
Whew, thank you.
You are welcome. Are there other questions? Well, you all came on this evening for a purpose and a reason. It might have been for the meditation, but some of you missed that. So do you have any questions? Please ask them. If there are no more questions, then I will say good night. So I am giving you another chance. As it appears, there are no more questions. Charlotte?
Hi, yeah, I've been so tired lately. I guess I dozed off a little.
I
Oh my
know you
goodness.
had a question that you came in too late to have me answer one time.
Yes. Well, I'm still concerned about. Let me turn this off. Okay. I'm still concerned about my son and
Of course.
what's going to happen in the future. It just seems so uncertain, and I wondered if you had any advice. If I should just be patient and wait, see.
Well, that is really what you only thing that you can do is be patient and wait and do not worry. The more you imagine things that cause you unhappiness, or that you worry that he will not be able to cope with his own problems, that he will make the wrong decisions. He has been making decisions that you did not think were correct most of his life. Is that not true?
Yes. Yes.
And so you should be used to it by now. And all you can do is continue to love him, be patient. I do not know how much you want to help him in these situations that he is in. As I know, there was a need for money. Perhaps you already helped him in that way.
Yes. Yes.
In
And
which case,
I'm concerned about that too. It seems I'm really losing a lot of money, and I'm really worried about it. I'm very concerned. If you could help me feel better about how things are going to turn out financially.
well, are you concerned about your investments?
Yes, I've lost a lot. Lost a lot.
Well, do not change anything, just leave it. It
Mhm.
will turn around. It will take some time, however. And
Mhm.
as long as you do not sell your investments, you keep them, you do not really lose the money. You still have all your money because you still have all your investments. If you sell them, you now will have lost whatever the difference is from when you bought them to the price that you sold them. And that money will be gone from you forever. So just leave things invested as they are. And in time, this will turn around because history of stocks and things like that always show that when you have a steep decline of the prices of stocks and the value of stocks, after a period of time, they turn around and they go up again. And so you will soon find yourself at some point in the future where your investments will be at the same place where you started them. And that may not seem a victory, but it is better than being at a loss. And then if you continue to be patient, you will find that they will again be giving you a profit so that you can continue. So just hold on to your stocks and your investments.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I've needed money, and so I've spent a lot. I'm really losing a lot. I'm spending more than I'm taking in, it seems.
Well,
It's,
if it is on the normal things you need to do to live, then there is nothing you can do about
I
it.
have to tighten up the belt and
Yes.
be very
have to
cautious about
Be
spending.
careful, don't give your son any more money.
Mm. Yeah.
In spite of the fact that he needs money, do not allow him to tap all your money.
Yeah.
That is the only way for him to be to take care of himself. This is what he needs to do. He does not need a mother to take care of him at his age.
Yeah.
He knows how to take care of himself. And if he has rejected your advice in the past, but he has always managed.
Mhm.
And so even though it is very difficult for you at this time, bear in mind that he is resourceful. He has talents. He has abilities. He has ways of earning money. And it is up to him to take the actions to earn his money. He can find employment in spite of his difficulties.
Yeah.
Yes, he can.
I'm really hoping that happens.
Just know, you need to know that he is going to find employment as soon as he looks for it.
Mhm.
And that is the main thing. He will
Right.
not necessarily look for it if you are helping him to sustain his life at this time. If you are giving him money, tell him that he must
Right.
find work, because you are not going to give him any more money, because you cannot afford to continue to spend more than
Than
you
I-
take in.
Right.
And before he had so great a need, you were doing okay.
Right.
Keep that in your mind.
Mhm. Yeah, I have to be more mindful. I've been very careless about things, and thinking that there's always going to be more, and it just isn't so. And it was really frightening. It really, when I realized how bad my situation is right now, and that I'm.
There's nothing you can do about your losses in the investments.
Mhm.
And I hope that there is still cash in your among your resources, and that you will try to use it wisely.
Right. I'm gonna really have to
Not-
tighten my belt.
Do
Yeah.
not help your son any longer.
Mm. Mm.
He needs to support himself.
Yeah. And I just, how you're concerned about, like, I have been very careless also with like my driving. I had a mishap the other night where I ran into a curb, and I didn't realize that I had cracked the tire. And so I was driving with a flat tire for a while. And when I realized it, it was really in bad. Luckily, I'm a member of AAA, so they did come and help me. So now I have this donut on my toe, and I have to go tomorrow to have it replaced. And
buy a new
I-
tire, which will be expensive.
Yeah. And I just wanted to be assured about my health also, because, I keep taking it for granted, and that I really want to keep healthy, and
To
preserve.
continue to be in good health. Yes.
Yes,
So
You
you
can see
eat
that.
the right foods, as we have talked about. You eat the right foods, give yourself a good balanced diet. Try to get a little exercise. I know
Mhm.
you are getting on in years, and it may not seem the best, but even a little bit of walking around your neighborhood will help.
Right. I will do that more. Thank you.
And so you will continue to be in good health because obviously you have good genes.
Yeah, and I do, yeah, and I have a positive attitude, and keeping, thinking deep down that I will live a long time to see my family grow.
Yes.
And okay,
And
yeah.
so
I wanted to share with you that my husband, of course, I miss him terribly. We were very close. We were together for like 65 years, and so we have phones, and I didn't realize that he had put a lot of his photograph. I don't know how, but I have all the photographs that he has in his phone, plus all this other information, which I wasn't aware of. And a few weeks ago, I wanted to record something, and I asked my son to help me, what to do. And I looked in the recordings, and there were my husband's recordings there before he had passed away. Now, I think there was when I came on, a woman was talking about the loss of her husband through
Yes.
pancreatic cancer, which is
Yes.
horrible. It happened so fast. So I started listening to the recordings. And in one particular recording, it was like 5 weeks before he passed, and he knew he was going to die. He said, that's life, damn it. He was really upset that that was going to happen. And we were in a doctor's office, and he started talking about, well, I have 3 children. So my oldest, Dan, is like 60, and he's the one that has the little ones, which was like a miracle. Nobody ever thought he'd have children at that age. And then my daughter, Andrea, who's about 58, she has 2 daughters that are 32 and 29. So the 32-year-old daughter was married a year before my husband passed away. And she was so sweet. Her grandmother and her grandfather, and then Sam had one grandmother and one grandfather still living. And they made us the flower girls and the ring bearers at the wedding, which was very sweet. The 2 grandmothers were like the flower and the guys were the ring bearers. So he was talking about that, and how we were very much a part of their lives. They were, very close to us because they were our only grandchildren. We didn't have other grandchildren until my younger daughter, finally at 42 years old and married 15 years, decided she'd try to have a child because her husband wanted one. And so she did have a boy. So then when my husband passed away, it was just the 2 older granddaughters and Billy, who was about 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. And that was it. So he was talking, and he said, on the recording, he said, you've got things to look forward to. Jessica, which is my granddaughter, is going to have children. Now, he didn't say a child, he said children. And she wound up having twins and another one. So she's got 3 children already within the years that he's gone, 4 years. And then he said, and maybe Danny, our son, will bless us with children. Could you believe that? He said that in the recording. It was like a prophecy. Don't you think?
yes, it sounded like a prophecy.
So since he's gone, there have been 5 babies. So I have 5 babies in the family, but unfortunately they're not geographically close, but we do keep in touch. And so that gives me a lot of joy and keeps me going. So thank you for letting me share. But I wanted to share about the recording, and I still haven't listened to all of them. And it's just like a treasure that I can hear his voice and things he said.
Yes, how wonderful. And to see the pictures that he took.
Yes, right.
Yes, and that is good advice for her name was Diane, that perhaps in her husband's cell phone, she will
Yeah.
find some precious memories
Oh,
that she can keep.
I
right.
actually have. Thank you.
And the music also, he had the music there, beautiful music. We share. Oh, Diana, is that so also? Yes?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
that's
and it's
great.
very comforting, Charlotte.
Oh, were you married a long time as well?
38 years.
Oh, yeah, well, we were married over 50 years, but we knew each other since I'm much older, but we've known each other since we were kids, 1953, probably
Oh,
before
my.
many
Oh,
were born.
you sound very young.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
So Charlotte, remember, do not worry, because
It causes stress, and that's
it
no good.
again. I will say it again.
Okay.
That what you think about is what you attract to yourself.
Oh,
So you don't want to think about negative things. You want to
No.
be optimistic and think about the good things that still might happen. And to say things like, I know my son, Danny, that he will find solutions for all his problems.
oh dear, I want that more
He
than
will
anything.
find great work for himself, and he will find solutions for his problem because he is smart, he is
Yes.
intelligent, and he's capable of making good decisions. If you say statements such as this, that vibration of your positivity will tend to help him far more than your worry. Your worry, well, maybe he'll do something wrong or he won't take care of things. Well, then that is what you are sending him subconsciously to do, not take care of things. But know that he is capable. Know that he can do everything that he needs to do and make the right decisions, that he finds the right solutions to all his problems, to all his situations, which make him both happy and prosperous and healthy.
Sounds promising. Thank you.
You have to remember to be positive in your thoughts.
Yes, thank you.
Norma,
I understand that. Yes, that we can create some of our reality.
you create all of your reality.
Really? Oh, wow.
Really.
Okay.
Yes, you think,
Mhm.
if you think of this creation as the Big Bang,
Mhm.
at one point in time, there was nothing but God. And God is an energy. And when he decided to create, he manifested forth all these energies from himself. He sent them out and they became all the universes that are.
That's just amazing what's out there. I know.
Yes, and
Exactly.
if you think about it, everything is a vibration. Everything is an energy. You look at colors, you see colors, but colors are nothing but a vibration. Everything you see is a vibration. And when the vibration is going fast enough or at the right speed, it becomes wood and trees and life and birds and small animals and dogs and people. We are all made up of vibrations. And so your thoughts are vibrations also. And when you send out a vibration that is positive, thinking of good things, that your son is capable, that he will find solutions to his problems. He will be happy. He will prosper. Everything will be fine. You send that thought out, and that thought moves into him, and it begins to work within his own being. And the more you send that thought out, the greater effect that you can have on how he thinks and what he is doing. So his creation. Also, when you send out that vibration, when you send out that thought, you will begin to see evidence of your thoughts are working and in action. That is because you are creating what you want to create. You are creating goodness for your son, that he is making the right decisions and taking the right actions. And that these thoughts, these decisions, these actions result in him solving his problems and manifesting a good life for himself. You have done well since your husband passed. You have managed.
No, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for all my blessings. I really am. Yes.
And that is just, I am only saying that to emphasize that you have done well. And you know that, and have confidence in yourself that you will continue to do well. And you too will make the right decisions, and you'll take the right actions. My suggestion is, do not give your son any more money. He can manufacture it and bring it home himself.
Okay.
Have confidence that this is what you are creating. This is what your life will be.
Okay.
So are there any other questions?
There's going to be a shortage in food, and it looks like there's a world shortage of food coming our way. Just don't know how bad it's going to be.
It is possible. It is possible that there will be a shortage of food. In the United States, you have a great abundance of food. And the shortage of food, the shortage of food that will be there will still, people will be just more careful and not throw away food as easily as they do now in the United States. In foreign countries where people already do not have an overabundance of food, it will be very difficult. But in the United States, while there will be a shortage, it will just result in people being more conscious and throwing away less food.
Okay.
So we will have plenty of food. You just need to use it properly and well.
And what do you see going on in this country? Do you think we'll ever be united again with all that's going on with the government and with the disparities and with the, possibility of civil war and World War III? I mean, it was frightening for a while, all that was going on.
But the thought that you were frightened by has already eased, has it not? So you see the transitory nature of such worries. And again, these are worries. You need to consciously negate these thoughts in your mind. If you are worried about war, it is important for you to say, no, there will not be a worldwide war. We will find the way to be peaceful. And of course, the way to be peaceful is to create peace in your life. The more people who create peace in their own lives, the more that peace will begin to rule the world. There has been, yes, within this country and other countries, but well within this country and its politics, a situation where there is a lot of confrontation. There are lies being told. There are, sometimes they are just perceptions being manipulated to point out things that may be difficult for you so that you see things to worry about. And the important thing is that you are worried. Once again, come up with a mantra, an affirmation that says, no, everything will be okay. I will be fine. We will have peace in this country, and everyone will learn to get along better. That things will change. They will get better and better. And we will have happiness and friendliness and kindness in our country because
Yes.
you are manifesting it in your life. You are encouraging it in the things that you do and say that are kind and helpful and peaceful. And therefore, you are increasing peace in the world. If everybody thinks peaceful thoughts, if everybody is at peace and in harmony with their neighbor, no matter who that neighbor is or what their belief system is, to allow them to be as they think and to wish them well and hope for their well-being, these things will create peace in the world. And it's important to remember that. Kindness and love expressed by you helps to create peace in the world. The more people who practice kindness and love and acceptance, the more peace we are likely to have. You are likely to have. You personally, as well as you within the world. Are there other questions?
Thank you.
Ronka, I do agree with you now. I do find I was very upset and I couldn't understand why so many people just believe everything they're told. But I've come to understand that they're just manipulated, and by that we are also being manipulated to dislike them. So I've stopped disliking the people who don't understand. I think that is my contribution to this, is that I no longer get annoyed like at my family, and I'm like, what is wrong with you people? But now I'm just, okay, they have swallowed the Kool-Aid, they don't understand, and I can't make them understand, and I stop being upset about it. The upset part I have stopped. So I think I'm making a little bit of progress in that direction. That's my contribution to the world peace.
Yes, thank you. That is very good progress. Do not be upset by the thoughts and the beliefs of others. Everyone has their set of beliefs, including yourself, and wish everybody well. Wish all good things come to everyone. And that wish, that thought will help to create peace. It is a loving thought. You are sending love to everyone when you think that. And you find someone whose thoughts seem to be wrong to you, just wish them well. Love them, hope that their thoughts, if it is in the best interest of everyone, comes true. And that's what you wish. And not being upset, being at peace is what is good for you. So you are making great strides to creating peace and love and harmony in your life. And so your initial question, will your children ever stop being liberal? Of course they will, because they are your children. They will evolve and they will come to value peace and love. And no matter what, if their thoughts are trying to bring about greater happiness, greater love, more peace, more harmony in their lives and the lives of others, then they will do good. Are there other questions? And it is nearing the end of our evening. And as there are no other questions, I will say good night. I give you all my blessings. Good night.
Night.
Norma will
Thank you.
return.
Good night and thank you.
Thank you.
I am back. Okay, well, I always just like to come in and say good night to everybody too. Remember, I love you all. Good night.
Good night. Love you.
Okay. Stop recording.